Hi, my name's Penny. Welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about some of the books that I have picked up recently from the library. Now luckily this should be relatively quick because I didn't get too many, which is very lucky because recently I feel like I've been putting just holds on all sorts of books that I see that I think look interesting, and then they all came through and I've been rushing to catch up, whereas now I think I've got a reasonable amount of library books to get through, not like an overwhelming amount. So the first one that I have is Binti Home. So this is the second book in the Binti series. I don't know if that's actually what the series is called, but I did in June read the first book in the series and I quite enjoyed it. I actually am a bit sad because I listened to the audiobook of the first one, but there doesn't seem to be an audiobook yet for the second and third books in the trilogy. Maybe they're never going to do it, which is a bit sad because I did really like the narrator, and the narrator had this really authentic accent that I felt fit the character really well. And I'm not sure my imagination can really do that accent justice, so that's a bit sad. But I am interested to see what happens next in the story. Basically this follows a woman named Binti who lives on this planet where people tend to stay on their home planet. They don't tend to travel. Part of that being because a lot of other people in the galaxy universe, a lot of people out there judge some of the cultural practices of her people. But Binti decided to go off and study at this university. She had some exciting stuff happen, and I believe in this book she's coming home, and no doubt she's going to now have to deal with the judgment of her people about the fact that she left and went and studied away from her planet, which most of her people don't really think was a great thing to do. These books are really short, so I should be able to read that pretty quickly. And since we're talking about quick reads, I also got the first volume of the Umbrella Academy graphic novel series. So this is the graphic novel series by Gerard from My Chemical Romance. It was put out quite a while ago, 2008. So a good decade since these came out. To be honest, beyond the fact that it was written by Gerard, I don't really know anything about this. It kind of looks like coolish. Basically it came up when I was searching for graphic novels that I could read, because it's nice to have some little quick reads in between the bigger books. This came up, I haven't read it, I want to read it. So we'll see how it goes. So I also got out To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. This is one of these books that has had a lot of attention on BookTube lately, and I finally got around to picking it up. It is a mermaid book. I really like mermaid books, or I really want to like mermaid books, but I find it hard to find really good ones, although I have read a few recently. So hopefully this will be the same. I believe it's like a Little Mermaid retelling, except that the mermaid is a prince killer and the prince is a siren killer, and somehow they're going to get set up in a romance, I assume. It's also a pretty cool cover. So I'm looking forward to getting to this hopefully really soon. Well, it will have to be because that one had a big hold list on at the library and I won't be able to renew it. So I need to read it very soon. That's how library books work. Although not necessarily. So some books you can renew quite a few times at my library, as long as there's no one else waiting to read them. So then the last book that I have from the library is Small Spaces by Sarah Epstein. So this book was one that Steph over at Novelty Corner was talking about a while ago, and so I put it on hold and now it's turned up. But because it's been a little while and my memory is terrible, I don't really remember what it's about. I did think it sounded really interesting, but I am resisting the temptation to read the back because I actually think this is probably the kind of book where it's a little bit more exciting to go into it blind. I think some kind of mystery. Nope, I'm not going to read it. I don't really know, but I do remember that it sounded really intriguing when Steph talked about it, so I am excited to get to this. It is also an Australian author, so that's kind of cool. I really like the pink that's on the cover. It probably won't come through well on this, but it is a pretty nice cover. So I'll get to that soon too. So that's a pretty small library haul, but I am excited to read all of those books, hopefully very soon. Do let me know if you have read any of those books, because once I finish them, I would love to talk to you about them down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.